Corrs, a Catholic family from Essex. Earlier this year, they responded to our appeal for a family to take part in some of our programmes over the summer. The idea is that we set them some challenges so that you find out how their Christian faith is woven into their lives. This week it's their final challenge and we're really putting them to the test. The gadget lovers are off on a religious retreat, but they don't quite realise it yet.
So this is Elsford Priory, and I'm guessing you don't know why you're here?
No. No idea.
No idea whatsoever?
No.
You, for the next 24 hours, are going to enter into a time of retreat.
And not any old retreat, a tough one.
So if you've got a mobile telephone, can you put it in there, please?
With a no screens weekend ahead,
Phone amnesty.
the family were split up into sparse separate rooms, including Mum and Dad.
When we arrived, we were a little bit anxious about the challenge ahead.
Before they knew it, they were thrown into a situation quite alien to such a chatty family.
So here we are in the Peace Garden, and the hour of silence is about to begin. The idea of silence is a very good idea for any person, simply because it confronts us with something very real. And for the Christian person, it's an opportunity to be open to something which is greater than ourselves.
Although initially there were a few moments of Sam and Sophie bending the rules, the family seemed quickly to embrace the challenge. After the first hour in the Peace Garden, the silent challenge continued. Silent prayer in church. Silent prayer through dinner. And even back in their rooms. The rules were to stay apart and stay quiet while reflecting on their faith on paper. But they kept it up right up until bedtime prayers with Father Brendan.
O God, you search me and you know me. All my ways lie open to your gaze. When I walk, I lie down, you go before me.
On their weekend retreat, the Corrs had spent much of their first day in silence, and next morning they were in reflective mood.
It was really hard, but actually it really made you think, hang on a minute, you know, there's more to life than just talking. Sometimes you just need to
sit and reflect.
And the girls, with a newfound relationship with a proper friar, decided they wanted to know more about life in the habit, so they put him in the hot seat.
As a friar, why do you wear funny clothes?
You think my clothes are funny? I noticed last night, when we had our night prayer, that you were all in your onesies. This is my 3Z, okay? So there's actually 3 pieces of clothing, and actually underneath I've got normal clothes. I'm wearing my jeans underneath. This is called the tunic, but if you think back to when we started, it was back in the 13th century, people wore tunics, and friars really want to be among the ordinary people.
Do you wish you had a family of your own? Do you ever get slightly lonely?
Yes, it would be lovely to have my own family. And I feel that especially when I see my sister's family and my brother's family. So sometimes I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I think, that would have been nice.
The girls were preparing for their upcoming confirmation, and so they also wanted to get to the bottom of something that had been really worrying them.
Can you give me some advice on going to confession?
Rule number 1, always be yourselves. You don't have to be at confession because you're holy. Be honest. There's no point going in and pretending, and there's absolutely nothing we can do in our lives that God can't forgive.
I think it was a really good idea for us to have silence and to have solitude, because actually my pace of life is too fast, and sometimes I do need to slow it down and to think of having some time with just me and God.
Well, there is this phrase, isn't there, that if you're too busy for God, you're too busy.